Welcome to Start Smart Learning, where success begins.
Hello friends, welcome to Start Smart Learning. I am Chandrani Dey with you. Today onwards we are going to start our critical reasoning session. As you know that we are going to cover all the aspects of critical reasoning like assumption, conclusion, argument, inferences, strengthening, weakening arguments, etc. in our upcoming sessions. In our today's session, we are going to learn or discuss about the basics of critical reasoning. So, let's start with the basics of critical reasoning.
Critical reasoning. For solving critical reasoning questions, we require critical thinking skills. To improve our critical thinking skills, we just follow a 5-step procedure which is given in this picture. Let me explain this 5-step procedure one by one. Analyzing. Analyzing means analyze the situation, circumstances and the problem thoroughly stated in the argument. Then reasoning. Reasoning means you apply your concept, logic or reason here to identify the conclusion, premises and assumption stated in the argument. Then evaluating means you have to evaluate each answer choice one by one to eliminate unnecessary, out of scope and extreme answer choice. Then problem solving. Problem solving, here you apply your testings, tricks and tips to solve the given argument. Then last step is decision making. Here you must choose one of the answer choice that is best suitable for the conclusion stated in the argument. This is our 5-step procedure which helps us to improve our critical thinking skills for solving critical reasoning questions. Now, types of critical reasoning questions. Basically, assumption, conclusion, strong, weaken and inference. These 5 are the basic building blocks for our critical reasoning session. It consists 70 to 80% of our critical reasoning section. If anybody wants to score high marks in critical reasoning paper, just work out these 5 topics very clearly. While remaining topics are identifying the reasoning, means you have to identify the logic reason given by the author behind the passage. Resolve and explain the paradoxical situations. Complete the passage. Your argument is start with a blank or ended with a blank. You have to choose one of the answer choice that logically complete the given argument. Then evaluate the argument. Here you have to identify one of the answer choice that either weakening the argument or strengthening the given argument. Then flaw. Flaw is basically identifying the reasoning, but nature of flaw is weakening. Then the last topic is boldface. That means in your argument, 1 or 2 phrases are bold in color. You have to find out the main purpose of the boldfaces paragraph in the given argument. So these are the very basic types of critical reasoning questions we are going to cover in our upcoming sessions. So, format of the critical reasoning question. Basically, the format of the critical reasoning question is fixed, which is divided into 3 sections. First is the argument, second is the question step, third is the answer choices. In argument, set of statements are given in a question stem. That means what you are supposed to do. It may be finding assumption, conclusion, inference or anything else. Then the third element is answer choice, that means option. It differs exam to exams. It may be 4 choices or maybe 5 depending upon the examination. Then what is an argument exactly? So, I already told you that an argument is a set of statements that may be true, may not be. It comprises of basically 2 elements, that is conclusion or the premises. Here conclusion means the main point of the argument or the assertion of the argument. Start with some keyword like therefore, hence, thus, so, wherefore, accordingly. While premises is supporting evidence, facts or piece of information which already stated in the given argument. Start with some keyword like since, because, for, as, seeing that, in as, much as. These indicate that these are the evidence or the fact of the given argument. Third thing is assumption. Basically, an assumption is underlying fact. That means in the given argument, assumption is not stated directly. An assumption is used to establish unstated link between the given conclusion and the premise. So, conclusion is equals to premise plus assumption. Here we take an example to understand these 3 elements of an argument. Our example is today is Sunday, yesterday was the Saturday. Here today is Sunday is the conclusion, yesterday was the Saturday is the premise that gives the evidence is today is Sunday. Assumption may be we all are at home. This may be one of the possible assumption. Let's take some more example to understand these 3 components of the given argument. The first example is every citizen be asked to use only pencil to write instead of pen. Usage of pencil lead to reduction in wastage of paper. This helps in protection of environment. Here this helps in protection of environment is our conclusion. Every citizen be asked to use pencil. That means usage of pencil leads to reduction of the wastage of paper. Here wastage of paper, reduction in the wastage of paper is our evidence or the premise for the conclusion, protection of environment. Assumptions may be afforestation, tree cutting, climate change. Then second example is you must fire Mohan. He failed to turn up the project on time. Here you must fire Mohan is our conclusion because he failed to turn up the project on time is our premise. Conclusion may be he is absent or he is late in the office. Now third example is I ate ice cream yesterday, since then my tooth has started aching. I must reduce consumption of ice cream to prevent toothaches in the future. Here I ate ice cream yesterday, since then is the evidence, that means this is our premise. While I must reduce consumption of ice cream to prevent toothaches in the future is our conclusion. So this helps you to identify the components of any arguments. Now strategy. For solving critical reasoning questions, you must have some strategy. If you start reading question and solving the answers, you cannot achieve anything. So here we just use a basic or a simple strategy to solve critical reasoning question with the accuracy. So please don't start reading argument. First read the question stem, that means what you are going to solve. Then go through the argument. If you understand the argument in your first shot, well and good. Otherwise, you must read the argument once or twice more and then predict what your answer should do. It may be concluding, it may be weakening or strengthening. Then process of option elimination, that means you must eliminate the irrelevant, out of scope or extreme answer choices. And then scratch work. Scratch work means actually rough work. It differs person to person. Somebody used to underline the argument and mention these parts are the conclusion and these parts are the assumption. Here, someone used flowchart method to describe their answers. We are approaching a third method here. In our method, we read our argument and then write down our conclusion, premise and assumption in front of us in 2 or 3 words, and then mention our options 1, 2, 3, 4, and then evaluate each options one by one for finding the correct answer choice in the given conclusion or the argument. So, this is our basic strategy for solving critical reasoning question. I hope you understood the basics of critical reasoning. I really appreciate your time. Our next lecture will be on assumption. So, please like, share and subscribe for more videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.